Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Monogram Awards presentation. My name is Bill Matthews, Oliver Ames High School Athletic Director. I will be your host for this event. The purpose of the Monogram Awards ceremony is to honor our senior student athletes and celebrate their athletic careers at OA. Before we get started with the presentation of awards, I would like to take a moment to recognize and thank all of our coaches. They work tirelessly to make our athletic programs competitive and fun for our student athletes. I would also like to thank the parents of all of our senior athletes. You've done a magnificent job with this group of young folks. I can say I truly enjoyed working with them and watching them compete. Finally, I would like to thank our school committee, Superintendent Alicia Cabral, Principal Wes Paul, and Assistant Principals TJ Flanagan and Kathy Quealy for your dedicated support to our athletic programs. Oliver Ames High School has a great history of athletic accomplishments. OA won its first state championship in 1911, which was in boys basketball, by the way. We have won nearly 200 Hockomock championships and 18 state titles. But educational athletics is not just about championships and trophies. It's about building character. It's about learning life lessons through athletic competition. It's about instilling a culture of respect toward others. It's about accountability and responsibility for yourself. I hope that our senior student athletes accomplish great things in their lives using the experiences and lessons learned here at Oliver Ames. It is a special privilege for each of our senior athletes to have had the opportunity to be part of our great Oliver Ames High School athletic tradition. It is now time to present the Monogram Awards to our senior student athletes who now become part of that great tradition. Caitlin Abreu, softball, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Harrison Ahern, soccer, varsity letter, 2 years. Max Anderson, football, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Wrestling, varsity letter, 2 years. Hockomock League All-Star 2020. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Sarah Barron, tennis, varsity letter, 3 years. Allison Barth, outdoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Skiing, varsity letter, 1 year. Captain, 1 year. Volleyball, varsity letter, 2 years. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Sam Becker, golf, varsity letter, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 2 years. Lauren Berardi, football cheerleading, varsity letter, 2 years. Swimming and diving, varsity letter, 4 years. Diana Binney, cross country, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Jordan Bossy, volleyball, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention, 2018. Hockomock League All-Star, 2019. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. HockomockSports.com second team, 2018. HockomockSports.com first team, 2019. Nick Boudreau, baseball, varsity letter, 2 years. Haley Braga, cross country, varsity letter, 2 years. Abby Busio, cross country, varsity letter, 1 year. Ryan Burkett, basketball, varsity letter, 2 years, captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Nathan Cabral, football, varsity letter, 3 years, captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. HockomockSports.com Best 5 Running Backs, 2018 and 2019. Griffin Campbell, football, varsity letter, 3 years. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 2 years. Tyler Campbell, football, varsity letter, 3 years. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 2 years. Adam Kahn, basketball, varsity letter, 2 years. Football, varsity letter, 3 years. Anthony Karaji, swimming and diving, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Oliver Ames High School record in the 200-yard freestyle relay and the 400-yard freestyle relay. Olivia Carroll, lacrosse, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Soccer, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Samantha Cathy, lacrosse, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Jessica Chirigio, swimming and diving, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Jonathan Cobb, baseball, varsity letter, 1 year. Owen Connor, ice hockey, varsity letter, 4 years. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 3 years. Hunter Costello, ice hockey, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Hobie Baker Award, 2020. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 3 years. Evan Coyne, baseball, varsity letter, 1 year. Evan Craig, basketball, varsity letter, 2 years. Football, varsity letter, 1 year. Sophia Diamato, softball, varsity letter, 2 years. Swimming and diving, varsity letter, 2 years. Mary Davenport, volleyball, varsity letter, 2 years. Anthony DeCosta, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Oliver Ames High School record, shot put relay. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 3 years. captain, 1 year. Jackson Del Rosario, gymnastics, varsity letter, 2 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Aaron Donovan, lacrosse, varsity letter, 3 years. Sebastian Durand, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Captain, 1 year. William Evans, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 1 year. Abby Evan, lacrosse, varsity letter, 3 years. Soccer, varsity letter, 2 years. Nick Farley, soccer, varsity letter, 2 years. Swimming and diving, varsity letter, 3 years. David Fedorzik, cross country, varsity letter, 3 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Charlotte Finnerty, field hockey, varsity letter, 2 years. Skiing, varsity letter, 1 year. Tennis, varsity letter, 1 year. Christopher Fitzsimmons, cross country, varsity letter, 1 year. Wrestling, varsity letter, 1 year. Morgan Foltz, cross country, varsity letter, 1 year. Swimming and diving, varsity letter, 2 years. Hockomock League All-Star, 2 years. Hockomock League MVP 2020. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Division I South Sectional Champion 200-yard freestyle relay 2019. Division I South Sectional 200-yard free relay record in 2019. Division I state meet third place 200-yard freestyle relay 2019. Jonathan Freeman, soccer, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Owen Friel, basketball, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Christopher Galis, outdoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Gabriela Galbato, football cheerleading, varsity letter, 1 year. Walter Gangemi, football, varsity letter, 1 year. Cormac Ganshert, swimming and diving, varsity letter, 3 years. Cassie Janis, field hockey, varsity letter, 3 years, captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, and HockomockSports.com first team, 1 year. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 3 years, captain, 1 year. Nicholas Gillis, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Jake Gottwald, Ice hockey, varsity letter, 3 years. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 1 year. Ryan Gottwald, ice hockey, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star and Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 1 year. Kyle Gramer, baseball, varsity letter, 1 year. Golf, varsity letter, 1 year. Skiing, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 3 years. Tate Hadges, basketball, varsity letter, 4 years. Golf, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League Honorable Mention, 2018. Hockomock League All-Star, 2017 and 2019. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2019. Brockton Globe All-Scholastic, 2017. Boston Herald All-Scholastic, 2017, 18, and 19. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Tennis, varsity letter, 2 years. MIAA Student Ambassador, 2018-19. And Tate was named the Sue Rivard Best Female Athlete, 2020. Tony Hall Williamson, basketball cheerleading, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Football cheerleading, varsity letter, 3 years. Yusuf Hamid, tennis, varsity letter, 2 years. Andrew Hanna, soccer, varsity letter, 1 year. Ryan Hilliard, basketball, varsity letter, 1 year. Indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Abigail Hodges, indoor track, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 3 years. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star and Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Soccer, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Eastern Mass Girls Soccer Coaches Association Second Team All-Star, 2019. Ella Hogan, lacrosse, varsity letter, 4 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Megan Holleran, cross country, varsity letter, 1 year. Basketball, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Aaron Holmberg, basketball, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Soccer, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Boston Herald All-Scholastic, 2019. And HockomockSports.com Best 11, 2019. Aaron was named on the Eastern Mass Girls Soccer Coaches Association All-State First Team 2019. Abigail Holmes, softball, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Kayla Hudson, swimming and diving. Varsity letter, 3 years. Frank Ireland, lacrosse, varsity letter, 2 years. Leah Johnson, gymnastics, varsity letter, 1 year. Soccer, varsity letter, 3 years. Hockomock League All-Star and Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2019. Jackson Keller, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Allison Kemp, outdoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Volleyball, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Boston Herald All-Scholastic, 2019. HockomockSports.com Underclassmen of the Year, 2017. HockomockSports.com Second Team, 2018. HockomockSports.com First Team, 2019. Division I All-State Team, 2019. And Allie holds the Oliver Ames record for career assists with 1,611. Allie was also named the Hockomock League Female Scholar Athlete 2020. Maura Kiernan, field hockey, varsity letter, 3 years. Skiing, varsity letter, 3 years. Tennis, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Shane Kilkelly, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise Player of the Year in 2019. HockomockSports.com First Team, 2019. Boston Lacs Division II All-State Second Team, 2019. Shane holds the Oliver Ames High School record for career points at 190. Shane was named the Valentine P. Moscato Best Male Athlete Award winner 2020. Joshua LaBrosse, soccer, varsity letter, 2 years. Ava Lerman, cross country, varsity letter, 2 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Jacob Levine, baseball, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Joseph Looney, cross country, varsity letter, 3 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Kara Lustig, football cheerleading, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Gymnastics, varsity letter, 1 year. Redmond McGinnis, tennis, varsity letter, 2 years. Nelson Malone, wrestling, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Zach Manganaro, ice hockey, varsity letter, 1 year. Alexander Mantus, indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Matthew Marks, lacrosse, varsity letter, 1 year. Nicholas Marks, baseball, varsity letter, 2 years. Football, varsity letter, 1 year. Sandro Masciarelli, football, varsity letter, 1 year. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 3 years. Robert McCarthy, outdoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Skiing, varsity letter, 1 year. Rory McLaughlin, cross country, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 2 years. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 2 years. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. MIAA Student Ambassador, 2018 and 19. Riley McNeely, lacrosse, varsity letter, 3 years. Volleyball, varsity letter, 2 years. HockomockSports.com, second team, 2019. Erica Meckler, cross country, varsity letter, 1 year. Tennis, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Hannah Melnick, football cheerleading, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Swimming and diving, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Jonathan Montgomery, cross country, varsity letter, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Connor Murphy, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Joseph Napolitano, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Owen Napodi, cross country, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention and Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2019. Indoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Wrestling, varsity letter, 1 year. Matthew Nosalek, ice hockey, varsity letter, 1 year. Soccer, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention and Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2019. HockomockSports.com, top 11, 2019. Kyle O'Connor, baseball, varsity letter, 2 years. Morgan O'Hara, swimming and diving, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Hockomock League All-Star, 4 years. Hockomock League MVP, 2019. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Boston Globe All-Scholastic, 2019. Hockomock League records: 100-yard freestyle, 100-yard backstroke, 200-yard freestyle relay, 400-yard freestyle relay, and 200-yard medley relay. Division I South Sectional Meet 2019. First place, 100-yard backstroke. Second place, 100-yard freestyle. First place, 200-yard freestyle relay. 200-yard freestyle relay record. Division I State Meet 2019. Second place, 400-yard freestyle relay. Second place, 100-yard freestyle. Third place, 100-yard backstroke. Third place, 200-yard freestyle relay. Grace O'Leary, skiing, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Megan O'Leary, tennis, varsity letter, 1 year. Christina O'Neill, gymnastics, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention, 2 years. Kara Ostrander, field hockey, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Megan Panarello, ice hockey, varsity letter, 3 years. Aiden Patrick, baseball, varsity letter, 1 year. Skiing, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Madeline Peckham, cross country, varsity letter, 3 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Duncan Pereira, ice hockey, varsity letter, 3 years. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 2 years. Luke Peretti, golf, varsity letter, 1 year. Indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Oliver Ames high school record, shot put relay. Cameron Perrin, baseball, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Football, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Ice hockey, varsity letter, 1 year. Madison Perry, indoor track, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Hockomock League Honorable Mention, and Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2019. Ryan Petrillo, indoor track, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic and MSTCA Boys Decathlon Champion in 2019. Nation Physic, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Lauren Pacanzi, gymnastics, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 3 years. Senior National Gymnastics Team, 2020. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Soccer, varsity letter, 2 years. Olivia Pierce, outdoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Hannah Pinio, cross country, varsity letter, 1 year. Jason Percio, basketball, varsity letter, 2 years. Bradley Powers, golf, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Ice hockey, varsity letter, 3 years. Edward Curzoli, baseball, varsity letter, 1 year. Cross country, varsity letter, 1 year. Indoor track, varsity letter, 2020. Teddy was awarded the Ed Rollinson Unsung Hero Award in 2020. Noah Ramos, outdoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Anna Rice, cross country, varsity letter, 2 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Swimming and diving, varsity letter, 1 year. Jessica Roa, swimming and diving, varsity letter, 3 years. Teresa Saad, indoor track, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Julia Sorrow, cross country, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention, 2 years. Justin Shapiro, baseball, varsity letter, 1 year. Golf, varsity letter, 2 years. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Jay Spillane, baseball, varsity letter, 1 year. Basketball, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Samuel Stevens, football, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Sam was named the Hockomock League Male Scholar Athlete, 2020. Abigail Szymanski, swimming and diving, varsity letter, 2 years. Kathleen Toomey, cross country, varsity letter, 1 year. Swimming and diving, varsity letter, 2 years. Lydia Euler, indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Jordan Vella, volleyball, varsity letter, 4 years. Darian Walcott, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Andrew Waldorf, cross country, varsity letter, 2 years. Skiing, varsity letter, 1 year. Elizabeth Waters, field hockey, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Ice hockey, varsity letter, 2 years.
Lacrosse, varsity letter, 3 years. Harrison Webster, basketball, varsity letter, 1 year. Football, varsity letter, 2 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Noah White, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Wrestling, varsity letter, 2 years. Allison Widdop, basketball cheerleading, varsity letter, 1 year. Football cheerleading, varsity letter, 4 years. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 2 years. Matthew Wilson, football, varsity letter, 1 year. Wrestling, varsity letter, 1 year. Brian Young, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Wrestling, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year.
That completes our award presentation. In closing, I have a couple of parting thoughts that I would like to share. To our senior spring athletes, I truly wish I could get your spring season back, but I can't. For all seniors who have missed out on so many senior activities and celebrations, I share your disappointment. However, know that this is not a time for anger, regret, or bitterness. It is time to take stock in how many blessings we have to live in this great community and this great country. We will get through this pandemic. You are now part of unprecedented history. Look back with fondness of your 4 years at OA and even of this crazy time. Don't let this crisis cloud the many great memories you have of your experiences here. Much of what happens with the COVID-19 crisis is out of our control. However, what is in our control is how we react, how we handle these difficult times. Make the best of it. Think not of yourself, but of others who are more negatively impacted than you by this pandemic. What can you do to help them? Know that the true test of a person's character is not when things are going well, but rather when times are tough. That's when you see the true character of a person. And know that tough times don't last, but tough people do. I believe our senior class has the strength of character to power through these challenges and be amazing examples of what it means to be true leaders in these difficult times. The experience gained competing for our athletic teams has helped prepare them for these challenges. Thank you, seniors, and best of luck to all of you in your future endeavors.